Hey, Adriano. Adriano!
Hey, James.
Hey, man. So, you know that research assignment we have coming out due next week? Did you do any research on it yet?
Oh, the one on SmallPox?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, no.
Really?
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Because I did write the book.
Can you teach me a thing or two?
Yeah, I can. To start, we're going to talk about the virus structure. On the surface of the virus, there's surface tubules that help with the fusing of the virus membrane to the membrane of the cell host. And then we have the outer membrane, which is the virus membrane that attaches to the host body's cell membrane. The inner membrane of the variola virus deteriorates once the virus is inside the cytoplasm of the host cell. This deterioration exposes the core membrane and the DNA of the virus. And then we have two lateral bodies that sit on either side of the core membrane, and as of yet, it is not known if they have any function. Another part of the variola virus structure is the core membrane, which encloses the DNA of the virus, kind of acting like a nucleus of a cell. And then we have the core of the virus, that is the space within inside the core membrane that holds the virus's DNA. And then the final part of the virus structure is the virus DNA, which is the part of the virus that replicates inside of the cytoplasm of the host cell.
Wow, James, that was an excellent description of the virus structure. But how does it get into the body?
Well, if you flip the page and look here, the virus enters the host when the host inhales the variola virus into the lungs.
Oh, so that's how it gets into the alveoli and then into the pulmonary capillary?
That is why.
Cool.
Once the smallpox virus is within the blood, it will travel to and enter the nearest lymphatic capillary via the capillary network. The variola virus travels from the lymphatic capillaries to the lymphatic vessels till it eventually finds a lymph node. Once inside the lymph node, the virus multiplies within the lymphatic tissue. The smallpox virus uses a specific protein called the GIR protein to block the immune system response. In some rare cases, the virus protein does not work and the immune system is able to eliminate the virus completely. Once the virus has multiplied to a certain point, it flushes itself from the lymph node and re-enters the bloodstream. So did you know, Adriano, that once inside the bloodstream, the variola virus targets specific epithelial tissues?
Yeah, it says right here that the main areas of infection include outer layer of skin, mucosal membrane in the mouth, nose, throat, and esophagus, vaginal openings, as well as urethra in both men and women, and all serous membranes in the body. It also says that in all cases, once the virus has entered the epithelial tissue, it starts to multiply within the epithelial cells and causes lesions.
That is interesting.
Sounds painful.
These lesions are created when the variola virus enters developing epithelial cells and uses the nutrients within said cells to multiply. The using up of the cell's nutrients kills the cell. If the virus continues to spread without the interference of the immune system, it will spread deep into the epithelial tissue. This spread will eventually lead the infection to a blood vessel, causing it to rupture, which induces internal hemorrhaging. In most cases, the immune system is able to detect the dying tissue prior to this. The first to respond is the macrophages. After the immune system has made its initial response, an immune system blockade is set up to prevent further spread of infection. Neutrophils enter the fight in large numbers. They die off fairly quickly and create the pus inside the infected site. The immune system works then as a whole to push the infection out of the body. The pushing out of the virus creates the pustules that are so commonly associated to the smallpox virus. Eventually enough pressure builds up, causing the pustules to burst and releasing the virus out of the body. So, once all infection is pushed out of the epithelial tissue, the body is able to begin recovery.
Wow, James, I feel much more prepared for our assignment due next week.
Are you ready for sushi?
Yeah.
Yeah.